guys, Dr.Pitanger there, and today I want to talk about one of my favorites 4-star NIS, Beanstalk. Beanstalk is a 4-star tactician Vanguard, that is to say, the only Vanguard archetype able to be deployed on ranged ties and to come with a free summon. Before diving into what Beanstalk can do, let's start by listing her weak points. Beanstalk and tacticians in general have among the lowest DP generation in the game, excluding charges that are very conditional, and it's not really their job to generate DP anyway. The summon she has can only be placed once per deployment, and while it's technically immortal as long as Beanstalk is alive excluding tile removal, the place where you put your summon can't be changed by any means unless Beanstalk is redeployed, so be careful where you put your summon. The base attack from Beanstalk is pretty low, only reaching 480 when fully maxed. As a comparison, Scavenger reaches 580 without accounting any talent or skill. Do keep in mind I said base attack though, more about that later. The crab itself has slightly less defense, slightly less HP, slightly less attack and a slightly higher attack interval than Courier, but most importantly, it has one less block than a Pioneer. Now, with all that said, Beanstalk is phenomenal in IS and there's a number of reasons for that, though most of them can be summarized in the description of her talent, and particularly with this number right here. That's right, where most summoners can't get new summons or how to recycle them, whatever happens, Beanstalk can always get a quote-unquote new summon for free every 15 seconds whenever the previous one dies or is manually retreated, so you can technically consider it a static but free fast redeploy unit every 15 seconds, and this is extremely useful in IS, for so many reasons that it will be hard to list them all, but I will try in this video. First of all, let's address the tapir in the room. Why Beanstalk over the other tactician Vanguards? The answer is pretty obvious. She's a 4-star, so she costs less hope to recruit and is actually a free recruitment starting from IS5. I'm not saying the other tacticians are bad, I'm just saying that Beanstalk is the only free option among them. On the topic of why is a free redeployment every 15 seconds so good, here is a list of what it can be used for. To start with, damage. Yes, Beanstalk deals very high damage for a 4-star Vanguard. I mentioned before that her attack is low, but that's without accounting her trait that increases attack by a whopping 65% if Beanstalk attacks an enemy that is blocked by her crab, which allows her to reach almost 800 attack, and that's not even accounting the damage of her crab. Second, the 15 seconds cooldown on her crab makes her an extremely potent unit to bait ranged attacks away from your DPS. Both of her skills also lean in the same direction. S2 gives even more targets for ranged attacks, while S1 technically gives the same target twice as much HP. Third, in IS, keep in mind that respawning essentially means deploying. What I mean by that is that every single relic that reads something like does something when a unit is deployed will work whenever her crab is deployed for the first time or respawns or spawns in succession with her S2. So for example, it will not work with stuff like Convalescent Experience card that specifically reads operators, but will work with stuff like Sui's Wrath that reads units, but most importantly, it will work with medicine sticks, making Beanstalk's summon extremely tanky. I made an entire video dedicated to medicine sticks, so feel free to check it. Fourth, aside from baiting ranged enemies, her crab is also capable of baiting map-specific events like Londinium Artillery in IS5's Simulated Skirmish or Swiss Parstorm for IS6 Ending 2. Fifth, still on the topic of baiting, Beanstalk's crab can be used to bait Saka's Whiter Devourers and Maul's one-shotting attack or IS6's Pseudo-Moods without sacrificing an operator. Indeed, the crab will still respawn after 15 seconds like normal, unlike if an operator was devoured instead. There are a lot of other applications to Beanstalk. For example, you can use her crab like a regular redeploy operator to make an enemy fall in a hole. It's actually unbelievable how versatile this unit is for a 4-star. Now of course the question is, if I get a Vanguard voucher and I have no hope, do I pick her or do I pick Myrtle? Honestly, Myrtle is unbelievably good too, so even though I made this entire video, if you have already built Myrtle and have other more important units to build, I can't really incite you to build Beanstalk. However, if you want a really fun option one day, remember that she exists. So that's it for today's video guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.